about getting a grip on it, man. Now it's your responsibility. Now to clean the bathroom this morning, man.
Yeah, you should remember next time. Because it's off the wall. I guess you clean out the showers, too. Every one of them uses the showers. You're just being irresponsible.
If you want to act like a baby, you get screamed at. If you want to act as more like a mature adolescent, you get talked to.
One of the things that we do here is we don't bullshit kids. We don't tell kids that this is some kind of utopia, that everything is going to work out for you, that when you leave here, everything is going to be roses. We don't tell them that out there is a nice place either, because it's not.
You don't even have enough self-esteem, okay? You don't make sure things get done.
So I suggest for the next time you should put more quality on it.
The name of the place is Elan. It's a private residential treatment center for out-of-control teenagers. What you're watching is called a haircut. If you break one of the rules or your attitude isn't right, you get yelled at.
Let me tell you something, Martha. What you handed in is unacceptable. Why can't people accept me for me?
The teenagers who come here are not mentally ill. Psychiatric hospitals don't work for them. They're alcoholics, drug addicts, and drug pushers. They're teenagers who have victimized others and themselves.
I just, I treated myself like scum. I was scummy. I sold myself to men who I didn't even know, didn't even care, they didn't care about me. Just wanted what they wanted. And it's like a piece of meat, to be blunt.
The kids at Elan are almost all white, from upper middle class and wealthy homes. Their parents pay more than $20,000 a year to send them here for treatment. But these are children who have acted out, often violently, against their parents.
Mike turned around and gave his mother the finger and said, "Fuck you." I looked at Mike, and I don't recall what I said, but it probably was something like, "Don't you dare talk to your mother like that." And he turned around and swung at me.
You got to think about how you'd feel if you had a 16-year-old kid who is 6'1", who's come to the conclusion that he's going to do whatever he wants to do.
When I brought Mike here today, I just cried. And I knew, and the people in school knew, that he was coming up here to stay.
You know that if he doesn't change, he's going to get arrested. You know that sooner or later, he's going to steal something to get money.
The phone rings at 10 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're shaking. You're wondering, what's this call going to mean? Is it the police? And that's the fear that we live in. We're ready to
crack.
This is an example. Ready to crack.
I love him so much. I wouldn't want to lose him. I don't want to lose that camera because I cry all the time. I'm sorry, but I can't help it.
Yeah, you're the first one to do it! Yes,
Day in, day out, life at Elan is constant confrontation.
Yes, I want your best on the justice.
Unrelenting pressure.
I couldn't believe all the shit that was left on those things.
Your feelings, your negative attitudes are broken down, dissected, torn apart. The idea is to change your behavior.
Let's go, John.
Elan residents are taught to obey authority. They're made to work at menial jobs, to do what they're told to do. Other Elan residents enforce the rules. They record the names, the actions of everyone in every room continuously. At Elan, there is no privacy. Incoming mail is opened. Outgoing mail is read and censored. Telephone calls are monitored. Every conversation is subject to eavesdropping and informing.
I want to drink and I want it right now.
In therapy, your problems, your hang-ups are all laid bare.
I want to drink and I want it right now! I want to drink and I want it right now! I want to drink and I want it right now! I want to drink and I want it right now! I want to drink and I want it right now! Again! Again! when I feel like that, it's like there's nothing holding me back. I'm so out of control that I can't stand it, and it's like I get really mad, you know? I think because I know exactly what I'm doing, but I still want it. You know, I don't care about anything else but that. Before I came to Elan, about 6 months before, I had like 3 suicide attempts in a row. And it was in the back of my mind that, you know, if I drink again and if I go as far as I've gone before, I'm not going to be living anymore.
Diane comes from a prominent Tucson family. She was a straight-A student and won a scholarship to the University of Arizona. But drinking and drugs became problems she couldn't control.
We're talking about attempting suicide by eating 15 pills of antabuse and then going out and having a glass of scotch. We're talking about waking up in the morning and just because you don't have booze, drinking shaving lotion just to get alcohol out of it. Okay, we're talking about going into convulsions and going into seizures and going into blackouts that you almost never came out of. I was at the point where I was pretty wasted one night, and I went out and I got a butcher knife and, you know, started stabbing myself in my stomach, which partly because I wanted my father to, you know, come and say, it's okay, Diana, you know, you're gonna be all right, you know, you're a very sick little girl, we'll take you to the hospital and, you know, sew you up. And I just wanted him to know that he loved me, because I felt like he didn't. I felt like nobody did. You have to make the decision whether or not it's worth it for you to live. You have got to do it for yourself. I want you to think about the times that you could never sit somebody down and spill your guts out. And I want you to say, I'm lonely and it hurts me. Hold hands and think about that. I mean, let's get in touch with what you are. I'm lonely and it hurts me. Think about that, Diane. Think about that. Come on. And it hurts me. Think about what goes on inside. I'm lonely and it hurts me. Let's go. I'm lonely and it hurts me. Come on. I'm lonely and it hurts me. I'm lonely and it hurts me. I'm lonely and it hurts me. Tell us about it. I'm lonely and it hurts me. I'm lonely and it hurts me. I'm lonely and it hurts me. Ah. Get it all out. It's okay to cry.
When I say no, you drop your hands and you all say no. 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 No.
At Elan, you succeed and survive if you accept the program. If you don't, there are punishments. They're usually called learning experiences. Residents are made to wear signs for days, sometimes weeks, bluntly spelling out their problems and failures.
Like what I do, you know,
If their behavior is deemed infantile, they're made to wear diapers over their clothes and to carry rattles. If they become hostile or act out, they're put into a ring. There they have to physically fight one Elan resident after another until they're beaten and give in to the group. We weren't permitted to film the ring and a lot more at Elan. We weren't supposed to film the boys you're looking at now. When they refused to participate in the Elan program, they were put in this dumpster filled with garbage. They've been living in it for 2 weeks. The boy outside the dumpster is guarding them. If they escape, he'll be put inside. Many Elan residents have tried to escape, but they've all failed. When they've managed to get off the grounds, trackers are sent out after them. When they caught this 15-year-old boy, he was put in a rabbit suit and leg shackles.
Why did they put you in chains and in a rabbit suit?
Because I ran away. When they put them on me, they told me, you know, that they were going to be on me, you know, until I left. But, you know, it's been 2 weeks so far.
What does it do? Okay, it humiliates him and it restricts his movement. He's run away from here 4 times, okay? He's run away from every place he's been before at least 17 or 18 times.
I won't run away again. I told him that. I told him I won't run away again. But if they were gonna put me in jail, you know, they put me in jail. If they wouldn't, you know, they'd have to make me walk around with shackles on.
This boy's been in and out of juvenile detention centers for years. and faced charges of breaking and entering and assault. For him, it was either Elan or jail.
The kid has no idea what prison is like. Somebody has got to introduce to him some realistic concepts of what's ahead of him, and he's gonna hit jail if he doesn't change. What's gonna happen to him? He's 5'6", he's got bright orange hair and blue eyes. How long is he gonna last in jail?
You know, I'm not a dog, I'm not even a person anymore, you know. This is supposed to be America, you know. I still have rights as a human being to walk around. And I can't even do that with these things on.
Those things stay on him. He decides how long they stay on him, not me. He makes that decision. If he came up to his director tomorrow and said, I want to get back involved, I want to change, okay? I want to participate, I want to try again, they would come off like that, okay? If he wants to act like a criminal, he'll be treated like a criminal. It's that basic. Now, if that is robbing him of his dignity and robbing him of his freedom, then yes, I'm guilty of it.
Elan claims its graduates are now leading happy, productive lives, that they're staying in school, going to college and working, that drug use is way down, and criminal involvement cut by more than half. But parents of some former residents dispute these claims. When Rhode Island parents complained, the state investigated and found that of 117 former Elan residents from that state, 70 had been arrested, and that one is serving a life sentence for murder in South Carolina. Nevertheless, this year, parents from more than 22 states and 8 foreign countries will send 200 of their children to Elan for treatment.
Yeah, you did it anyway! Yeah, you just wanted to, man! Yeah, you don't really care!